Welcome to another video. In this video, we are going to understand the Linux permissions and how they work. So this is a very beginner video and I intend to break it down in a simple way. So I have created a scenario which we are going to follow and I recommend you to follow with me. We will create two users. We will create a group. We will add one of the user into the group. We will create a directory and then we will assign the directory to the created group and the user. So the first thing was create the users, sudo user add Tucker and sudo user add Mario. By the way, you can use any names you want, but I recommend you to follow along with me so you can comfortably follow the video and understand what I'm trying to explain. Now we will create the group, sudo group add squad. That's the name of the group I have decided. You can just name it anything, group 1, group 2, it doesn't really matter. Now we are going to add a Mario into the group squad. So sudo user add ag, oops, you see the spelling of the squad followed by the name Mario. So I added the user Mario into the group squad. We created the two users and we created the group and we added the user Mario into the squad. Now we are going to create the directory, which was the next step. So cd slash takes me to the main directory where every other major directory of the system is. And I'm going to use the command mkdir make directory expedition. I can use the command ls again to see. And if you don't remember how to navigate into the directories, I created a video some time ago on basic navigation and directory creation, so you can look at that video. So I can see the expedition directory is created. I will navigate inside expedition directory and I'm going to create that text file, which was you can name it anything again. So nano report.txt, for example. Hit enter and I'm going to put some information into it. So go ahead and type anything. 1 2 3 4 will do if you don't want to type, but I'm going to just type something. So, or are you looking for some adventures? Okay, I think that's good. So I'm going to save the file ls and I can see that report txt appears inside the expedition directory as I intended to create it. Now we are going to next we will see the permissions. So by default the permissions of expedition directory are going to be with the root user, as I am logged in as root user and created the directory and the file as the root user. So ls dash ld slash expedition. This shows us the permissions of expedition. I can see that the root is the owner of this expedition directory, or the root is the one which uh, is considered the user or the manager for this directory. And same for report.txt. The rest of these command, the information in this result, I will break them down in a while. So sudo ch on, it literally means change ownership, and I said Tucker and squad, let them be the manager or the owner or those who have access to the expedition directory. And we will do the same for report.txt because uh, we want Tucker and the group squad to be able to interact with the directory expedition and the txt file which is inside it. And sure, there are much faster ways to do this, but my target is to go like basic to basic way so everyone can understand. Let's just consider the next points. Let Tucker enter the directory, edit it, read it, and have full access. Let the group enter the directory, read it, but deny the right permissions. And then we are going to log in as Tucker and Mario to show the permissions in action. So we are going to now allocate or determine the positions. Let's just get there. Sudo chmod, chmod or chmod, I don't know if we can say that means change mode. U is equal to rwx, comma, G is equal to rx, comma, O is equal to and nothing which means 0. I will explain that in a while. Expedition. So we applied these permissions to the expedition directory, and here is, by the way, detailed analysis of what's going on. So you can see that chmod means change mode, which means I want to change permissions. The permissions are divided into 3 segments. The first segment is always for the user. The second segment is always for the group. And the third segment is, which means others, which generally means like every other thing. So what I did, I said you can read and write and execute the directory rwx. And then I said the group, you can see the rx can read and execute, and others is equal to blank, which means others can't do anything to the directory. So yeah, you can see here as well the 3 segments. The first 3, D here means directory, which means we are talking about the directory permissions. So you see there are 3 segments. RWX, the first RWX, it means read, write, execute for the user. The second R blank X means read, cannot write but can execute, means you can cd into the directory. And the 3 blank, these means that the others don't have any type of permission. So when there is nothing, it means blank. Now we're going to do same for the report.txt, and as you can see here, report.txt, we are going to just execute the, actually we had to change it, sorry for that. So user can read and write, group can read and execute, which means can interact, or just keep it the group can read. So user can read and write, group can read, and others cannot do anything. So 3 segments. When you ls ld to see the permissions, you will see that the things appear in the segments of 333. So I changed here the permissions, and let's see here again. You see report.txt now, it shows that it's the first thing is dash, not a D, which means a text file or the file, not the directory. The user can read and write. The group can only read, and others don't have any permissions. So it is very easy to read once you get a hold of it and once you understand what's going on. So I'm going to log in as Tucker, and I'm going to see who am I. I am Tucker. I'm logged in as Tucker. I'm going to navigate into the main directory. I'm going to navigate into expedition, because you remember the Tucker was the one who had permissions to do anything, full access to expedition and report.txt. So I'm going to show you nano report.txt. I'm not even doing sudo nano because I have granted the permissions. So there's a error message there, but just don't bother it. Tucker was here. For example, I wrote the lines. You see, it confirms I can edit the directory. I'm going to save Control X, and basically I was able to access it. I was able to interact with it. Now I'm going to log in as Mario. So sudo Mario, the password, but we never allocate it. Let's just exit and then log in again as Mario from the root terminal. Okay. Now we are logged in as Mario. Who am I? It says Mario. We are logged in as Mario. And now we are going to try to navigate into the expedition directory. So if you remember, Mario only had permission to read the txt file and not write it or change it. So I am Mario. Who am I? Mario. cd expedition. Navigate into the expedition. Very good. I navigated inside it. ls report.txt. I can see the report file, and I can nano open it as well, but I'm not going to be able to write it. So you see the message down there says is unwritable. I cannot write it. And I can see the message which Tucker wrote here. Tucker was here. So if I write Mario was here, it is not going to work. I cannot save it. It's going to say that I don't have the permission denied, because we only allocated read permission to Mario. So clear it out. Let's consider the next segment. So now we are going to do, we let the group have write permission as well, and we will deny all the permissions to Tucker. All means like Tucker cannot even enter the expedition directory. He cannot even cd inside the expedition directory. Now let's just execute this. This part is very actually simple. If you got the hold of the command and you understood the structure, I tried to explain it in the best way. So what I did, sudo change mode g plus W, which means I want to add the right permission to the group G. You know what it means. It means group. And same for the txt file. So just add /report.txt. Here is the structure. Chmod, change mode, U plus G plus W means group. You have write permission. And you can use, for example, a sample command down there. It says U minus RWX, which means user cannot read, cannot write, cannot execute the expedition directory, which we are going to apply now for Tucker as well. So this is very simple. If you understood the structure, you can yourself manage to execute these commands and understand what is going on. So I logged in as Mario, and I'm going to go inside expedition, see the expedition, and nano report.txt. And now you see that I don't get that permission denied message. There is this problems with history file, but that's something else. Just forget about it. So I wrote 4 lines. You see I can save the text file inside the directory, and I was able to write in it as Mario. Now the last part remains, if you remember, which was deny every permission to the user, which is Tucker. So let's do that. I made exit from the Mario terminal, went back to my root terminal, and then now I'm going to, or let's first visualize LSLT expedition. Let's see what type of permissions expedition has. Here you can see and expedition.report.txt as well. So here you can see D means directory, RWX means read, write, execute. First one is always for user, second one is for group, RWX, and the rest one is for the user. So basically at this point you know the structure. Let's just execute the command sudo change mode user minus I want to take the permission from user of what? Of read, write, and execute expedition directory. And we will repeat the same for the report.txt, or it's not necessary for be denied expedition. So Tucker cannot even enter the expedition directory. And you can see here directory, the first 3 are blanks, which means the first segment, the user segment, the user cannot read, cannot write, cannot execute. So let's just go inside as Tucker. I'm su-tucker, I log in as Tucker. I went into CD expedition and it says you cannot cd into expedition. I don't have permission. So thank you for watching the video. I hope you liked it. Leave a like, comment, and subscribe.